However, there are also many people I spoke to that are grateful the structure burned to the ground. I talked to one citizen in neighboring Plaquemine who asked to remain anonymous.
Most people are rejoicing because it burned down because of the plantation kept slaves. And a lot of people were like, oh, finally it burned down. Free those souls.
Iberville Parish wrote on social media saying that while its early history is undeniably...
Free them souls is real.
I don't think people really truly
Thinking
understand.
About that is a way to release.
Y'all still profiting on this property to this day.
Well, we posted every Friday. See them corner emojis, then you know wise. I'm a jaded Gemini till the day I die. And I'ma talk my shit, but I don't play both sides.
I'm about to talk about this plantation story. I gotta make this big for the highlights so y'all can see the gift that Daniel put up in here.
I got married at that place. Oh.
No, seriously, like what?
I said my vows right on that the hot box.
Right. Like what? Oh my gosh.
Despicable.
Yeah, bruh. It actually caught on fire.
Yeah.
They're calling it the iconic, hold on, y'all gotta see my air quotes, iconic landmark. What is it? What's the name of it? Nottoway?
Iberville Parish.
What?
Iberville Parish. The Nottoway burning.
The plantation's name is Nottoway Plantation. I don't know why I thought it was Nottaburg or something like that.
That sounds like a bad one too.
Look.
What's up, y'all? It's your favorite YouTube couple back at it once again. Top 5, top 10, or maybe top 1 or 2. And I'm so glad that plantation
blew up.
I mean, some things I do agree that they need to be there so you don't forget about it.
Yeah. So that people won't lie and say it never happened and all that.
Yeah, but they're getting married there.
Right.
Burn it down. Burn it down.
It's like getting married at a cemetery, or you don't see anybody getting married at a concentration camp. Like,
no, you do not.
It's the same.
I guess they're
thing,
just not as aesthetically pleasing, huh?
Look, people can try to Southern pride until their face turns blue, but I just think it's very distasteful. It is what it is, and all the people that are my wedding, like you said earlier, my wedding was there. I did this there. Brad, you're part of the freaking problem. So weird. Like, I saw a lady doing a tour there, and just like, yeah, the master here was so nice that he would never break up families. He would just buy all of them. And I'm like, oh my God.
Nice. It's
what?
Like that Boondocks episode.
No, right?
We were just out in the field playing board games and doing patty cake.
Like, what the helly?
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. None of the other stuff, right? No chains. What did he do if they ran away?
From here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was so nice.
I'm not going to hold you. This is my first time hearing about this plantation. I'm not well versed in plantations. Don't get me wrong.
You don't do the gay data?
No, for real. I don't do the slave data. I don't really be up into the Southern torture stuff. The only plantation that I know about is the one in Jacksonville, the Kingsley Plantation, because the owner of that plantation was a Haitian citizen. Like, so I looked that one up specifically. But
apparently the airport was a plantation.
That's the one I'm talking about.
And then we had a fire at that.
We had a fire there too at the Jax Airport.
Damn swastika car caught on fire.
Y'all feeling conspiratorial? Some people blaming all this on the Antebellum doll.
So the what?
People blaming this on the Antebellum doll because it came to New Orleans. They blaming this the prisoners escaping. I don't know how all that is correlated, but what I can say is correlated is that the Jacksonville airport, very, very close to a plantation. Debatable on if it was one or not, but that shit went up in smokes as well. But here's the initial report about the fire.
Details this morning on that fire at historic Nottoway Plantation in White Castle.
Yeah, you can see the devastation to this historic home. This started around 2 o'clock yesterday in the afternoon. 166-year-old home on the banks of the Mississippi, now reduced to ash. And this was early on in the fire. This is a live look now at Nottoway Plantation this morning, right after 6 a.m. We're looking.
So this was in Mississippi. I guess I saw Parrish. I thought it was New Orleans. It's in Mississippi.
At about 20 hours since this first began in Iberville Parish, and what a shot there to see, be able to look straight through what used to be a huge plantation home. Obviously, the second and third floors are gone, and I don't think this would be able to be rebuilt. JP, a lot of weddings and other events planned for this spring and summer.
That's a very famous facade. It's
wants to get married in the slave house,
You
bruh.
know who they want to have these freaking plantation? That's literally a genre of wedding. It's so crazy. It's literally plantation weddings, and then you dress like an antebellum. Like,
How could you?
do they be having butlers and stuff in there?
That's another thing I was
Like,
thinking
how
about.
far do they go? I would never go to anybody's plantation wedding. I don't give a damn. I'm not going, and I hope none of my white friends would ever try me like that.
And some news sources are saying there was a lot of black people history in there. And
Yeah.
honestly, in life, there's casualties. It's called collateral damage. I think we will be just fine. Because, you know, these type of places be having furniture made of.
Yes, of black people's
People.
hair, their skin, like,
It's real,
Dark.
yeah, dude. Really not good.
appeared in movies, been in many pictures. It's a postcard for Iberville Parish, but as you can see, most of that facade is gone.
out.
And there's kind of a
Right.
interesting shot there. April, I think that looks like what's left of a chimney that's still standing that extended up to the
Probably
second floor.
Django.
But as you can
That
see, we've
looks
got
like Django,
firefighters. They've been there
like,
for more than 24 hours. They've been there all night, hosing down any possible hot fights.
It looks like it was
hot
like,
spots. It
Big
just
Daddy.
shows you
Yep.
how intense that fire was when it started to spread yesterday. They thought they had confined it to one area of the building, sort of to the left of what you're looking at there, but then it spread to the main part of the building, what they call the museum. Lots of artifacts, lots of
that's
historic mementos and paintings and things in those. I don't know if those were destroyed. They managed to salvage some of those and get them out, but it looks like it is a total loss.
Yeah, we did speak to someone yesterday about the significance of the history of this home.
You know, everybody have their own opinions on Nottoway, but it is, you know, it is White Castle. It's one of the biggest slave plantations in Louisiana. You know, it's historical. Like I say, everybody have their own opinions on it.
White
But
Castle.
Is it Louisiana or Mississippi?
Louisiana.
I'm just
It's in
gonna let it
Louisiana,
play.
bro.
I'm just gonna let it play. They definitely said Mississippi.
It's Louisiana's Nottoway Plantation was the South's largest antebellum
Oh my
mansion
gosh.
or big house.
Not the big house.
Like,
See,
that's what
this
I'm
is
saying.
just
They're trying to
bad. This needs to
romanticize
go.
it, and
I'm sorry, bro. I know you
I
got to say some
can't.
shit because you probably from here, but no, they calling that the big house.
the big house.
Yeah, burn it.
But as human, as people, as White Castle, we have to think about the people, you know, who's providing for their families while working in Nottoway, working there, you know,
Yeah,
no matter
keep
what their
calling
position
it
was, it was
White
still
Castle.
someone's livelihood, someone's job, source of income.
Yeah, he brings up a good point. A lot of people employed there for many years. A lot of people come just to see it as tourists, people from all over the world.
Who?
So
Who's employed there?
yeah, okay. So I saw this on TikTok. The people that were doing the tour says that the people that work on the land are descendants
Of
the,
who?
of the slaves
Oh.
that used to be. Bro, that shit all bad. Like, I get it. Yes, it is sad that they're gonna be out of work, but they are owed money, bro. They're owed some type of compensation. They're owed something. Like, y'all should not be making them still work till this day. Like, what the
That's
hell?
a damn shame. Yeah, I wouldn't want nothing to do with this. Not the big house.
Remaining antebellum mansion in the South.
It just devastated me because it's been there so long, you know.
What the fuck is going on?
She's been there so long. She used to work at that bit back in the day.
No, like, what are we doing? Talking about, I just am sad. I'm devastated. Girl, what? I cannot.
And because we've been here 25 years.
Many shared that sentiment.
Well, I mean, it's a part of history here in White Castle.
However, there are also many people I spoke to that are grateful the structure burned to the ground. I talked to one citizen in neighboring Plaquemine who asked to remain anonymous.
Most people are rejoicing because it burned down because of the plantation kept slaves. And a lot of people were like, oh, finally it burned down. Free those souls.
Iberville Parish wrote on social media
Free
saying that
those
while its early
souls,
history is
bro.
undeniably
Free them souls is real.
I don't think people really truly
Thinking
understand.
about that is a way to release.
Y'all still profiting on this property to
Yeah,
this
till
day. It's pretty.
I'm like, what are you about to pull out?
I wanted the slight fart, but I mean, it's just fucking.
No, really. Like, even
How
in
could you?
death, they're still entertaining and like, what the fuck?
Despicable.
tied to a time of great injustice, over the last several decades, it evolved into a place of reflection, education, and dialogue. The grounds, a big tourist attraction for the parish, and a popular spot to exchange vows, also a controversial topic for people I spoke with.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That would be a beautiful place to have a wedding.
I feel like it's kind of disrespect.
Oh my God, bro! Burn it all down, bro. Burn it all down, dog. Burn it all down.
But then again, I mean, it's whatever you do. You gonna do what you gonna do. At the end of the day, you judge by the man up above. I feel like that shouldn't be a thing, though. Yeah, have it somewhere else, like a church or something.
No, seriously, you pledging your love to God where there are dead black people on the soil, like, for sure, there's, like, guaranteed corpses. Like,
buried everywhere.
Everywhere
Blood
around you.
on the leaves.
Seriously.
Blood on the leaves, bro.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Back at the plantation area,
Like
the
you said,
roads
you
have been
wouldn't go
blocked
have
off
your
as
wedding
work
at a gulag.
No, you wouldn't.
It'd be in poor
continues
taste.
to secure the site.
Plantations wise, I do not think it should be up. Maybe or maybe not, because there definitely should be like museums for people to go around, you know, learn.
I'm sorry, I know I'm not from here, but y'all could have hit my line. Like, come on, bruh.
Yeah, Louisiana going crazy this week.
Yeah, dude, that's insane. Here's the tourist lady. This is crazy. I'm about to show you like different people doing weddings and just, this is insane.
Baby shower,
Baby
plantation,
shower.
baby shower.
He had the most in this region, and that's because when he purchased a slave, if the slave had a wife and children, he'd buy the whole family so that they would never be separated. And so that was good for them.
I'm
then
calling
the
cat.
village, he built a cottage for each of those families so they didn't have to share with multiple families and squeeze into one space. So that was good too. They could hunt, they could fish, so they could buy for their own food. And they also built a hospital for them, and there was a doctor who would visit every week. And the doctor trained one of the slaves to be a nurse to take care of them. So from the readings that we have, it sounds like the slaves were...
So what I got from that is you gave them appropriate housing that everybody should already freaking have. One family per house. Then you gave them medical care, which everybody should already have. And then I'm sorry, but I'm assuming that this doctor is experimenting on black people. Because, like, what you mean he just out here just, I don't know, bruh. That's sketchy. This is sketchy.
I'm looking at Wikipedia for this place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, Naja, it looks like a run-of-the-mill plantation. So I don't see how they're trying to whitewash this into a good thing.
Like, it's like the best of the best just because it's the biggest and oldest around them?
Yeah, and literally the winners usually get to decide what history dictates. But because the Daughters of the Confederacy down here, when it comes to, like, the Southern Belle, oh, let's try to romanticize, let's get married by the hot box.
Because to Southern people, this is upper class.
Man.
Like, so to them, this is what they view as, like, a Southern princess upper class, and the butlers and maids are actually slaves. It's like, bruh, what do you really have pride in for all of the people that want to yell Southern pride?
Says some
We're treated very
billionaire Australian dude bought this.
Not surprised. Not surprised the Australian bought the fucking plantation.
And before that, it was owned by somebody that was making a living out of refinance or rebuilding, revitalizing plantations for real.
as well as a slave can be treated, considering the conditions. When the war ended, the majority of the slaves stayed here. We actually have descendants of the slaves who still work here today. Pretty amazing.
You actually have descendants of the slaves that still work there today. Beautiful. What a beautiful story.
No, seriously, bro. That sounds fucking terrifying. Like, I know their ancestors are probably like, bro, leave. Go to Atlanta. Like, bro, please.
I'm so fucking handsome. Take your bitch for ransom. Yeah, you had some plans, but she not finna answer. For the Gemini, she gon' cut you off like cancer. End of the day, I'ma skate, switch your stance up. Ain't no debate, need a plate for the stanza. Yeah, I'm about my cake if you ain't get your bands up. Hundreds in the safe, they don't fold